It's semi time.
Blancis is going to be teaching me my second semi lesson. First things first, we need to check the tires. Tires. Come on.
I just covered the camera.
Oh, good.
All right, I just drove the semi over here to where we were going to do it, where there's not as many like cars. It's this evening. And so anyway, I just drove it over here, so I knew the tires were good, but it's still good for her to know she has to check the tires. So this semi, Freightliner semi with the trailer. I don't think I shit went all the way. Seat bitch. Not even sticky now. Are you in neutral? Alright, so compared to the Freightliner to this, the Kenworth to this one, this gearbox is shorter than the Kenworth, meaning you have less space in between gears. So like, it was like way over here, 1, 2, you know, this is shorter, so you're not gonna have as much room for error. And this one, like, the RPMs like to be
You ever lose? You ever lose everything?
Oh my
yeah.
goodness, this is gonna be so bad.
It's like, so then you guys start talking.
Yes, literally was like, they were like, okay, and then the RPMs like to be shifted like around a little bit higher than the Kenworths, and it's easier to turn. That's basically it. Hold up when we get buckled in.
Well, it's like I needed to do it when it was off.
Oh yeah, do you remember the gears? Oh, it says right here. Shows the gears right there. Okay, so when you start out, whatever gear you start out at, put the RPMs up to like 15, and then you're gonna let your foot off of the gas, and then your RPMs are gonna fall, and they're gonna fall down to like 12, and that's when you want to shift. You want your RPMs to fall to shift into the next gear. And it's literally just gonna fall in. It's gonna go right where it wants to go. You know your pattern? So do your gas up to 15, let your foot off of the gas, and then just shift into your gear.
Well, whatever.
I just drive down the middle of the road, it's fine. Up to 15, foot off the gas. Wait, stop. Well, you kind of have to like, make sure you don't push it all the way in to clutch brake. When you do up to 15, you kind of get a little bit of boost to get it out of gear, and then by the time you have your foot off the gas, the RPMs are going to fall down to like 12, and then that's when you're going to shift. So do up to 15, give it a little bit of a pump to get it out of gear, and then your RPMs are going to fall. Stop.
I can double clutch.
Right, but you haven't even tried this yet. You only push the clutch in all the way when you're putting it into gear for the very first time.
Okay, I was watching videos and all I did was did it up to 15 RPMs, went, and then it went.
Stop. By the way, when I learned semi, I did not have a video camera recording me, and neither did Bro. And so Blue Eyes has a little bit more pressure on her. We might have to just not record and get her, because we're going to see if we can get her going by harvest time. So, but there's obviously no pressure that she has to have it done. Okay, so I'm only pushing the clutch in all the way to start out. I usually start out in 4 when I'm empty, but I'm just showing you. So I'm starting out in 1. Slowly let off the clutch. Now, I'm going to push the gas, and I'm going to go all the way up to 15. You don't really have to go up to 15. I just like to because I like to listen to the sound. It's better for me. You can do it like stop the RPMs at like 12, 11, and 13. But I just like to do it. You have to do what feels best to you. So I just do up to 15, and then I'm at 15 right now. So I'm gonna give it a little bit of push, and that's gonna come out. And then, well, it's too late now, but my RPMs would have dropped into like this range, and then you just put it in your next gear. So now I'm just gonna do it. Just watch now. I'm just going, get into that range, and it just goes in. Put it into that range. See? And see, I'm letting my foot off the clutch. So I'm
Clutch?
Gas. So I need a shift now. I need a shift now. So I'm foot off. Well, I'm first gonna tap to get this out. So tap to get out. Now foot off. Now.
The dude I was watching said never take your foot off the gas unless you're downshifting.
When you're downshifting, the RPMs are switched when you're downshifting. We're just focusing on upshifting right now. I'm gonna stop here now. Okay, I'm going to downshift. I'm at 7 right now. So I'm going to tap the gas to get it out. Tap the gas to put it in. I want my RPMs revved up to get it into the lower gear. They're switched. If you want to go into lower gear, high RPMs. If you want to go into higher gear, low RPMs. Oh, did you want me to show you double clutching? First gear, so you're gonna do that, then neutral, hold on, I don't double clutch very often. Shut up, I was sorry. So we're going, so neutral, 2, and don't push it all the way to the floor. Neutral, 2. I don't really like to do it because it's just like extra work for no reason, but you do you. I feel like we shouldn't have the camera there because I feel like it's too jiggly. Halfway. Well, I don't know if you're getting the gears. I think that's maybe what it is. Are you in? Yeah, now you got it. Just straight down. There you go. 4 is over now. But you got the first 2 gears. You just got the feel of it now.
This is too short. I like the Kenworth.
We'll stop right here. So. Nobody's behind us, right? Do you need to feel the gears where they are first?
Hmm?
That's 1. You can't go straight up. Straight up is reverse. So you need to just make sure that you know that that is 1. Up there would be reverse. So you need to know that that's 1. That right there is 2. And over here right next to it basically is 4. Because you don't want to go from 6 to 9 accidentally.
It's just from going from 1 to 2.
Yeah.
So when am I going to start out in 3?
I mean, you can, but you kind of need to know your gears because you're not going to be in low gear forever. You're going to go from 6 to 7 eventually. And so it's best to get that gears when you're going from 1 to 2. I was just telling you what I do. I just sometimes let it go to 15 and then take it out of gear and then let it go fall down to like 13-ish. Just do it when it feels like I need to shift now. Do what you're driving the truck, so do what you know what I'm saying? It's good. You're gonna drive it differently than I will.
The last time you saw us in the semi, that was the last time I drove it. Drove it.
Okay. You do not realize how when I was driving semi, the more I practiced, the worse I got. That was like, when was that? 4 years ago? No, 3 years ago. This year will be my 4th. Yep. Right as you hear that, take it out of gear. Okay, I know you're wanting to quit. You can't quit. We haven't even done anything. Double clutch. Make sure when you're double clutching, you're not pushing the clutch in all the way. Think of like maybe Dad's truck. I don't know.
And double clutch in Dad's truck.
You're not. Yeah. There you go.
That's 4.
No, it's not. Now double clutch down to 3. Yeah. See, you totally got this.
Double clutching.
It's fine. Do it however you need to. You know what the mechanic said. Do whatever you need to do to drive the semi.
Downshift.
And think about this, you haven't even grinded.
Downshift.
Well, how about we just do upshift for now? Just for now, just put it in a neutral under your brake.
Huh?
Are we gonna go straight? Wait, it's kind of hilly. It'd be better just to go on a flat road.
Then where?
Because if we go... Turn. Straighten out. Look it up now and then do it. Just make sure you're not pushing the clutch in all the way.
I don't feel like I'm double, I feel like I'm just holding it there.
Just let it up a little bit more. You don't have to go fast. You can literally go as slow as you want. It's fine. There's literally nobody out on the road, so it's a good time to be doing this. Should I hold the stick now to get a different angle? Yes, but you just need to stop and restart however many times you need to. Don't think about rushing, because you're kind of doing your... I can feel you wanting to go fast. Just take your time.
What if we were to go straight and then turn?
Stop here.
My lights on.
Does it say they're on?
Move. Yes. Right.
Lights are on. Do that thingy. You gotta push it up all the way. Okay, good.
Hill.
Okay. More. I watched you do that. Stop. You kind of need to like mentally picture where you're gonna put your gear, because you're kind of like already, oh, I need to shift, and you don't really know where your gear is going. So you kind of like need to mentally picture, I'm taking this out of gear and I'm gonna put it right here.
Yeah. It won't go.
You weren't putting it in the right spot. It was grinding because you weren't putting it in the fourth gear. What did you start out in?
2.
You don't have to do it at 15. I'm just...
I'm not gonna grind this new transmission down to nothing when it won't go into 4.
Well, you're not really grinding. You literally just have to do it as many times as you need to. Very good. Now, make sure you put it up and then. It's fine. Just speed, put your RPMs. Very good. So just go back into 6 and redo it. Put your RPMs a little bit more up higher though. See? I would teach you how to downshift. I just feel like it's gonna screw up your upshifting right now. What a lovely sunset. Aren't you getting the feel of it? I'm kind of like not gonna like be over here doing my own thing so that you can, you know what I'm saying? Figure it out on your own. I think maybe that might be better. to 6, slow down first. What gear you're in?
7.
You're in 9. Actually 10. When you hear it like that, that means you're in the wrong gear. This is good. This is literally what you need to do to get it. This is what I did. From 2 to 3, it's pretty much just straight down.
It's reverse.
Reverse is way over that way enough. What?
Like I just went into reverse.
Are you in reverse? If you don't know, take it out and put it all the way over and see if you're in that same gear. Two. So right now it's neutral. Over there is 1. Yeah, oh yeah, that's reverse. Feel that. See that? So one of those right there is 2.
I keep popping into reverse.
Reverse was way over there. Yeah, that's not reverse. Now, do you want to stop and do that again?
Down a hill.
They're so jiggly. Focus when you're shifting, or do you want something to take off your mind? Like
I kind of need to know how to downshift.
okay. Take it out of gear. Now do the RPMs up really high, like to 15, to put it into 4. Like when you're shifting, do you need to focus on shifting, or do you want like us to be talking and then you just like doing it, like, you know what I'm saying? Which way is going to be better for you? Anyway, do you want to talk as you're shifting and like to like not like be in your head so much, or is it better for you to focus?
Tell them what was wrong with the semi.
Oh, we literally got the semi back this week. It's been, the mechanic has had it this whole time since when you guys saw me take it to the mechanic. The mechanic has had it this whole time, so it's now been certified and inspected and certified. But why he had it so long is because the fuel gauge on this doesn't work, and so he was wanting to just replace the fuel gauge. It's loud, but the AC in this doesn't work, so it's kind of hot. The mechanic wanted to replace the fuel gauge, just the fuel gauge. But as he researched it more, you can't just replace the fuel gauge, apparently. You have to replace the whole dash. And he was like, no way in heck am I going to spend it was apparently like $2,000. No way am I spending No way is $2,000 being spent in a new dash just to get the fuel gauge. That was 9. It's super close. Super close to 2 and 4.
It's 6 and 7. That won't go in.
Yeah, going from 6 to 7. Going from 6 to 7 is kind of difficult because 7 and 9 are right there. This is a little bit different than Kenworth.
Okay, the fuel gauge didn't work. That's why he wanted to replace it. You didn't say that.
I did too. Ask him. Anyway, it was gonna be.
Don't shift in the intersection, by the way. I almost got stuck back there.
I do all the time. It was gonna be like $2,000 to replace it, and he was like, "No way is $2,000 gonna replace the whole dash just to get the fuel gauge to work again." So that's why he was still figuring all that out, and so that's why it took so long to get it back. And so yeah, the fuel gauge doesn't work still, and Dad's just gonna have to keep track of when he filled up the semi. So it's not a big deal for me because Dad always fills up the semi. So all I need to know is that there's fuel in it. Like, do you want me to just talk to them and leave you alone? What? Anyway, no, there was like a little
Okay,
clip.
downshift.
Okay, so you're gonna pump the gas to take it out, and then you're gonna push the gas and get the RPMs up as you put it into the lower gear. So pump the gas to get it out, and then put the RPMs up to around 15, and then you're gonna be able to get it into that lower gear. Push the gas. Yeah! There you go! Do you understand how you did that? Because that's what you have to do. Well, you have to rev it up a bit more. That was a bit messy. Make sure you rev up the RPMs to put it into that lower gear. That's how you downshift. That's literally it. It took me a while to get the downshifting, but then once I understood what to do, then I was able to get it.
I'm tired.
I think you're a lot better. It's like, you know, you were a lot more exhausted the first time. Do you want to continue or do you want to be done? You do not realize how many times I had to do it to get what you got right now.
Well, I could drive it over.
Whatever. Us being little girls riding the semi with Dad, never in a million years did we think we would be driving it, you know what I'm saying? If our younger selves could only see us now. Dude, look at the sunset.
Is that
Here
4?
you in. Yeah, see the diff? Know the diff. Know the diff.
just went to look under his sun visor.
Well, you're 10? That was the question. I wouldn't go too fast, man. It's only 50, and you're in a semi. And you're so that looks so good. That's literally what it looks like in person, too. That's better. What a beautiful evening. This is like a perfect day to do this. Clouds are showing up. Look at that. It looks like we painted them on. Yeah, girl. And just think, you wanted to quit. Oh, they said not to rest your hand on the shifter. Our people said not to rest your hand on the shifter. Yeah. Literally perfect. Taller than you are, and I don't know how to get my seat down. You think it goes down?
No. Yeah, on the side.
Wait, it seriously does? And you didn't tell me that? I'm never in the passenger seat anymore because I'm always driving. The heck it does. You're in high gear. You always have to make sure you have this flicker switch down. Now put it in a neutral and just start it up again. Definitely make sure that when you're double clutching, you don't want to break the clutch brake. It's fine. Downshifting literally took me forever.
Got from 9 all the way to 6.
You did? Yeah. You literally are like 10 steps ahead of me. I would compliment my teaching, but I feel like you figured it out yourself. Do you want to try floating?
No.
It's literally a lot easier to do. I know that there is discussion on if floating the gears or double clutching is better, but we're just going to do what our mechanic said turn. We're just going to do what our mechanic said. He said whatever you can shift in cleanly without any grinding. So, for instance, I float and she's better at floating at double clutching. So, anyway, that stop sign back there reminded me. So she and I took, you know what I'm saying? She and I waited for her. I'm older than her, but I waited for her so that we could, for her to get old enough so that we could take driver's ed together. And so many years years ago when we took driver's ed, it'd be her and the instructor, and then I'd be in the back seat, and then it'd be me and the instructor, and she would be in the back seat. So one of the times she was it the very first time? It was that very first drive. And I went first, she made me go first. And then it was her turn to drive. And so you had just started? I don't know what yeah, I know when we switched. So we switched, and then you went around, and so there was a stop sign, and it was like at the back, like
it was like a driveway, okay? There was
it wasn't like in town. It was
big oak trees that you hide the stop signs.
Yeah, the stop sign was hidden behind some like trees and bushes. But I think I had saw it because I think I stopped. I don't know if I went back there. Anyway, she had ran the stop sign. It wasn't like in town.
I was probably going like 15 mile an hour, and
it was like 10.
And
going
so
super
I was
slow.
just like
She was
driving,
turning.
and then I turned, and then I parked, and he said, "What'd you do wrong or something?" And I said, "Huh?"
I knew what she did wrong, but I wasn't saying anything.
She saw me run the stop sign. She didn't say anything.
Because she was
And
like,
then-
what did you do wrong? I was like, I ain't ratting her out.
And
Your
then
instructor even said that. He said she wasn't going to rat you out for nothing.
he said, "Throw you under the bus." And he's like,
'Cause
I feel like he even told me to shut off the car. I shut off the car, parked.
Just a minute, because she was turning, and it was a slow turn, and I was like, crap, there's a stop sign. I was like, oh, maybe he didn't even see. I was thinking he didn't even see.
And so he's like, "What'd you do wrong?" I said, "Huh?" He's like, "You just ran that stop sign." And then he made me go back over to it, get out of the car, and I'd walk up to the stop sign and apologize to it. It was a pretty chill driving instructor too.
Yeah, he was literally the best driving instructor ever.
But the first
He was literally
drive
so
one,
funny.
I ran a stop sign. Mine's 8.
Yeah. So now take it out, put the RPMs up, or do that.
That's what I just did.
You didn't even put the RPMs up. You just put it in the 7. That's literally perfect. You literally can't quit. The moment where you feel like you need to quit is literally the moment you need to continue. It's the moment you need to push through it even more. Because that's when you're going to break through. But you know you did good. And don't you feel like you can drive it now? Like, I literally feel like you could take it from farm to farm now. Because that's kind of how I was when then I was on my own, like, taking the semis to different parcels. And I'd have to stop in the middle of the road, but then eventually I figured it out. And we're hoping that that's been recording the entire time, and that it didn't stop when we pushed it up.
It didn't stop because you ran out of storage.
I had 100 gigabytes of storage. Had. Notice I said had. Oh, do you like driving this one or the Kenworth better?
It's not even a fair comparison because I wasn't double clunching in the Kenworth.
Well, I can already tell you, Kenworth was like the semi to drive. It was like, for me, it was so much easier compared to this one. And then Bro helped me to finally get this one. And now that after the transmission has been replaced, I had already gotten this before the transmission was replaced. Now that the transmission is replaced, it's like, well, I don't want to say nearly impossible because I'm not a perfect driver, but it's very rare that I like literally like will sit there and grind.
The transmission had many drivers on it that was using that transmission before she started driving, and now I'm starting to drive. There had been many workers and different family members driving the semi.
That is it for today's video, you guys. Yes. Bro's coming to back up the semi where it needs to be backed up because he's literally like a pro at backing up anything. It's like, I'm not the best backer upper at stuff because Bro's so good at it. So, I don't know. Anyway.
What was it?
I can double clutch.
She did
Yeah,
very
blow
good.
them?
She was doing it pretty good for double clutching. No, wait, turn the light on so they can see you. I was just telling him that you're gonna come back up the semi. There is a red light in here.
In here, not the end mark. I'm not sure what that's for.
Lots of creepy little
So you
red
got it, not grinding, double clutching. Like actually driving
No,
it.
she legit was. She was downshifting. I would
But you
compliment
couldn't
my
float
cheat
it.
sheet, but I feel like she figured it out on her own.
Kind
It
of
was
floated
most
up
of
for
the time-
nothing. I couldn't even get it into 2.
Most of the time, it was just because this is such a short gearbox. She was having difficulty figuring out where. 6
Are you
and
wanting to
7.
drive with?
That is it for today's video, you guys. Enjoyed it.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bad news. I just took my phone down. And it said recording stopped due to app losing focus.
See how perfect angle that was? Wasn't even recording that whole time. Video's 53 seconds. Should be 53 minutes.
God. I mean, I think I got it pretty good.
That was a good angle. I was expecting it to be that the whole time.
Dad.
Oh, if we could only just revisit time the last 2 hours. Oh, I guess you guys aren't going to see any.
Kate, that is so annoying. That was like the perfectest angle ever. You saw the whole dash, you saw both seats, you saw the clutch.
I don't know what you're gonna do about it.